I'd like to introduce Rusti from the United States, who takes LDN for Hailey Hailey's disease. Thank you for joining me, Rusti.
Thank you for having me.
Could you tell me when you first started to notice there was something wrong?
When I was 25, I was on a houseboat and I was getting these little white blisters. And they went away, and then several years later I started doing some camping and stuff, and the blisters kind of got really, really bad. And then I had to go to a dermatologist, and I didn't even know about the disease.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the youngest of 6, and 5 of my siblings have it, and I had moved away when I was 19. So, and I wasn't really close to my siblings because I was there was such a huge age difference. So one year I had went camping, and I had blistered really bad, and I had no idea what it was. And my niece was with me, who is the daughter of my oldest sister, Betty, and we had went to a dermatologist because I was like, what in the world is going on with my skin? And she said, Auntie, you have what my mom has. And and I had no idea what it was. And then, when we went to the dermatologist, my niece told him what it was, and sure enough, it was the Hailey Hailey disease.
Wow. And were you offered any medication at that time?
Honestly, I've been on and off of like Timavate steroid creams and stuff like that, but it didn't. It would come and go, and then once I hit my 40s is when it got really bad, to where I was bedridden a good 4 months out of the year, where I couldn't even function. I was barely able to take my kids to and from school, type of stuff. So that's when I had to get real proactive with it.
Mm-hmm. And how did you hear about LDN?
I want to say it was a Yahoo group. There's an HHP Yahoo group.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could have been on Facebook. I can't remember, but I want to say I heard about it on Yahoo, and then I think I started looking up HHP groups on Facebook, and then that's when I found the 2 pages that has helped me dramatically. And then I did my own research, and I found a doctor in San Francisco that described it to me. And he's a holistic doctor, and I was able to get it very easy, which I was very blessed. There's a lot of people that are fighting really hard with their dermatologist, but I was able to get it over the phone.
Well,
I just told him my condition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's very good. And how long ago was that?
I'm sorry?
How long ago? How long have you been on LDN?
I've been on, I think I'm in my 4th month of taking it. Because I've had 2, I've been taking it for about 4.5 months. Yeah.
And when you first started, did you notice any side effects?
No, not at all. Nothing.
Okay. And how long did it take before you noticed improvements?
I would say it took about a couple of months. I got to say, I'll get blisters, and I know that it a lot of the HHD has to do with diet too. And I notice when I eat really bad foods, I'll get a blister. But it seems like now it's not as bad, and they go away fairly quickly. It doesn't spread. But when I first started taking the LDN, I had it really bad. I mean, I can't even, the pain was so excruciating. So, it took a good 2.5 months to see some improvement. And my real problem areas are completely cleared up now. I had it under my arms for a good 18 months straight with no healing. And then I got some help on the Facebook group on what to do instead of taking the antibiotics on what to do because there was an infection. And so I think with that, and I mean the LDN has, doing some research about it, I would say that it's a huge factor in me clearing up.
And what about the pain that you were experiencing? If you say that the pain level on a bad day On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, what did it used to be?
Absolute 10.
Really?
It was excruciating. Like, just thinking about it makes me tear up because I can't even imagine. Like, I'm afraid that my boys are going to get it,
Mm-hmm.
and that scares the crap out of me because the pain is just terrible. It's terrible.
And what would you say your pain levels are now on a bad day?
Oh, I would say like 1. It's more now. It's more of a nuisance for me, you know.
Well, that's amazing.
But with the pain that I've had,
Mm-hmm.
this is nothing compared. Not even 1, maybe an 8%. It's not. It doesn't even compare to the pain that I had.
Okay. And with Hailey Hailey's, you can have relapses, can't you? Flares or whatever you call them. Are you having as many blisters as you used to, or not as many?
No, no. I would say that my body is like percentage-wise, like going from 100% to where I was in the most excruciating pain, but now my body is at maybe 2% of where I was. So I've healed like 98%, except for a little spot on my back, and I noticed I got that when I ate chocolate and different foods. So I'm also on a very strict diet. I follow the paleo lifestyle. So I really eat as clean as possible.
Well, that's an amazing story. And you say that you're worried about your boys, and it obviously is genetic. And you're one of 5 children, did you say?
I'm the youngest of 6.
Oh, 6. Sorry.
5 of my siblings have it.
They all have it.
And we only have one sister that does not have the disease, but everybody else has it.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Oh. So would you think of starting your sons on LDN as a preventative?
Absolutely, and that was one of the things that it's funny that you asked me about that because I was talking with my husband about it yesterday, and we were just talking about just life in general and stuff like that, and I had crossed my mind was like, how can I get them? Like, can I get them on it? Is it something that they should start taking now? Because they're 9 and almost 11, so I didn't know if it's age appropriate. But I know that there's no side effects. But I know that.
Well, there are many children that take LDN for autism and Crohn's and juvenile arthritis. So there is no reason why children shouldn't take it.
Oh, okay. And one of my oldest son actually has ADD too.
Okay.
That.
Well, that would be fine. Well, keep up the good work, and maybe I can interview you next year and for a follow-on.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you for the call, and I appreciate the work that you're doing with this and trying to get it out there because honestly, it's a godsend and it's a blessing to a lot of people. We're just looking for relief, and to feel normal again, it's amazing.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your experience with us.
You're very welcome. It was nice talking to you.